All hail Biafra. This is Biafra Liberation Army Network coming to you again. Please do subscribe, like, share, and comment.
After listening to this brief sermon by Venerable SLA Gift Robert, I was calm for a few minutes. Then I took my Bible and started going through, some of the great battles in Israel and how, they were defeated and how Israel defeated and conquered a lot of, cities and countries. And honestly speaking, when you watch this video, remove every form of emotions and listen with your open mind, then you will understand that, Esile Gift is speaking, from, will I use the word, from a spiritual angle. I'm not speaking based on the fact that he is real or not. I'm not talking about that. When it comes to judging men of God, especially except the ones that are too obvious for us to judge, I leave it in the hands of God to do his thing. But when a pastor is on point, is speaking, not just speaking your mind, but speaking with, with a language that is coming from the spirit, and insight that is coming from the inner man, then you understand, how powerful. When a spiritual door is open, you will know how powerful it is. Then you start seeing some of the things that, some of the prophets in the past we are seeing. This man opened another door of understanding. And honestly speaking, forget about the fact that he was talking about Biafra and the Israelite and all that. But he was giving a critical point. He was giving a critical point. And I've asked myself these questions over and over again. How was Biafra, how did Biafrans, conquer in that WAR that happened years ago? How were they able to manage for that long to survive? Not just surviving after the war, despite, the destructions and marginalizations and all that for how many years? They are the most talked about tribe in the whole of the country. How is that possible? There is a particular tribe this whole thing would have happened to, and you see, they would have gone into extinction long ago. I keep asking myself this question, and how come after so many years the spirit is not dead? The Biafran spirit keeps living in every true Biafran. Whenever, let me tell you, those true Igbo Biafrans, let me focus on the Igbo Biafrans now. Despite even the ones that are lying to themselves about being one Nigeria, whenever the issue of marginalization is talked about or how their people are being treated, you see them running to defend their people. The only difference between them and you, who have actually put all your mind in the Biafran freedom, me, that have actually come to understand that, the freedom must come, and it is here, is the fact that I have actually accepted the truth. I've told myself the truth about Biafra and why I want it. The only difference is that they have failed to tell themselves the truth. And honestly, this venerable clarify this. I'm not going to call this a prophecy. This is just an insight into the spiritual world, and he opened the eyes of my understanding to see some certain things. Please enjoy this wonderful message, and the least you can do is to share this video to as many groups and platforms as possible, because Biafrans need to hear the truth, not just by talking it merely, but understand your root, know your root, and know where you're coming from. Know where you're coming from. Know why you defeat people easily, and know why you can never lose. no matter how they come, no matter how many they are, you can never lose, because you're the chosen generation. You're part of the chosen generation of Israel. Please watch this video and share to as many groups and platforms as possible. God bless you.
My name Afambo, and I'm online. Let it go viral. Afambo, venerable gifts, Esele, robot. Afam, Abogomafa, Benam, Esele. Abromonyi Igbo, Abumonyi Edo State. Tomorrow, as a church, after doing repentance, we're going to take some decisions concerning the Igbo nation on this altar. Hear me. Abronwa Fibo. Mana abugo nwa Fibo. Pay attention. People can say Igbo. Oye na Igbo nwa Fibo ka yawo. Ah? Ya oye na si udi Igbo nwa Fibo ka bura nwa Fibo. Pay attention. Hear me. Let me show you something. Don't miss tomorrow. The time for the Igbos have come. Ogendi Igbo. Listen. One of the greatest mistakes Madu Warikeme is not to be sensitive at the appointed time, or to be sleeping when God has remembered him. You know how when God has remembered you, or when God is saying it is your set time of remembrance, or it's your set time for visitation. I will tell you about that covenant. Have you asked yourself? Have you asked yourself? Have you ever asked yourself? Give me Biafra. Have you asked yourself? Eh? Biafra. Even though the word have you asked yourself? Have you asked yourself how we are the Biafran soldiers able to manufacture local weapons to fight? Have you asked yourself that question? It should go again, get it capacity. And one didn't have weapon, but how we are they manufacturing weapons? Have you asked yourself that question? The other I brought my problem, and we're going to go see you. And pay attention. Anambra, Imo, Abia, Enugu, Ebonyi, Ineba. Look up. All state Kapamman in Nigeria. What state? What the state? Which state? Ununokweba. All state Kapamman in Nigeria. Or Kanu. Unusno Kanu. Or Kaduna. Or Ibadan. They call. Elizabeth, look up. There. Na Abuja di God the ta hundione. Na Kano di God the hundione. Na Lagos di God ndi bokusi importation. That sea a close. Na Lagos di God the hundione. Pay attention. Ije Lagos full 50-story building. All the 10 ndi bo 8. Ina anu yam na Ije Kano fu n'elu on the go n'elu awa. Ina ni fe n'elu. N'elu ma ya wela ya n'elu. Mmadu one sigolo na state ozo biaruo n'elu na n'Igbo. Gba fo onyawa. Keda fo onyawa. Ona ma fo onyawa. Watch this. Listen. Anochara Yaseb Anigbo. So say Chineke kpebiri na bomb aba mmetu go ebe metro like cathedral na. Now anuchala niile buchende ebu. Pay attention. Bua unogu maybe now, maybe everywhere. Can you look back into our state? Anya dikandian suraya. Anya dikeba nuraya. Kedindi na ya na street eye. Kedindi na ya na street eye. I can't hear you. Ndone. Lenu maya. Do you know what has helped the Igbo man? Do you know what has helped the Igbo man? Covenant. Covenant. Now, drum sim onye bụ onye Igbo. Drum ya. Ndị Igbo bụ ndị Israel. Hallelujah. I will bless them who bless ndị Igbo, and I will curse them who curse ndị Igbo. Pay attention. Ndị Igbo bụ gịnị? Ndị Israel. We are the missing tribe of Israel. Nenumaya. Ndị ọcha akụziri unu ka esi ebi ugwu. Ana m ajụ unu. Tupu ndị ọcha abịa unu na-ebi ugwu. Ọfọ akụziri unu ka esi ebi ugwu. Ngwa wele anya gị elu. Ịma ife a na-akpọ ọfọ na Igbo. Ime ebe a mụtara ya? Ime ebe a mụtara ya? Onye na-ejide ọfọ na Igbo? Okenye. Onye na-ejide ọfọ n'Israel? Ịchọ ka ngawa iru? Nkọwara gị ihe. Nkọwara gị. As long as Israel cannot go down, the Igbo nation cannot go down. So they are fighting in vain. They are fighting in vain. They are gathering in vain. They shall kill themselves. They shall fight themselves. They shall kill themselves. Let me end. Hear me. They close the border. Did they close your destiny? Answer my question. Who they close the border? Did they close your destiny? They close importation. Did they close your destiny? The buy illegal miri. And I did a miriaka. It is an atayapa for we shall stand taller than them. Hear me. I prophesy to Igbo nation. Your son is rising. Your son is rising. Your son is rising. Your son is rising. Your son shall shine. Let me end. Hear me. Hear me. Let it go viral. Hear me. Oxford University has approved Igbo language. Ana akuzi asụsụ Igbo na Oxford University. Njụ oge si agbichi ọdịone ikiriwem. Ikiriwem ugbu a. Njụ oge si gịnị bụ damfe ikiriwem. Gịnị bụ asụsụ ikiriwem. Gịnị bụ muffin ikiriwem. Gịnị bụ ilu ndị Igbo ikiriwem. Hear me. Our destiny shall shine.
There are a lot of things going on that people don't know yet, but as we move on, it will be coming to the public. So he is in charge of the Asia Pacific of the Biafra government, international trade, and he has the right to solicit for that, investors and all that for Biafra government. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the introduction, Prime Minister. We support you. Don't worry, fully support.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Wonderful. Yeah, B.O.
Thank you, Monk. Thank you.
Thanks, William.
Luke, please go ahead.
Hey, Honorable Mark, good afternoon, my brother. And good afternoon, Ambassador Luke Ubunze. I'm using this opportunity to tell my able Prime Minister, Iyeri Oba, that yes, when we be Australia time, yes, we are baby. otu ọbụla o si wee dị ebe m na-enweghị m ọtụtụ okwu agaghị m ekwu long bekee eji m 50 eje mma wee na-awara prime minister m ọjị ndewonu
Udo.
from Germany mmefe ndị receipt to honorable Ajere.
Thank you.
BMO of Biafra. The only BMO of Biafra.
Okay, BMO one nedalo BMO for the
Obi and then wo awo si edike gi no. Gbadisi ke nwa. Udo derege.
BMO. Thank you, BMO.
Thank you. Anybody with any question, anything to say or ask our PM? This is your moment. This is your time. You can do that now.
Yeah, I got one question for PM.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone that's here. Sorry. Okay, the question, I want two questions for the Prime Minister. I will just take it one after the other, and as usual, I will be posting 50 ejema on each question. Actually, we're one after the other. So I think the Prime Minister is there listening. So Prime Minister, few weeks ago, or maybe a month, something like that, I can't remember vividly, in a surprise move that shocked some Biafran people and even international observers monitoring our liberation, your office extended invitations to Nigeria Foreign Affairs Minister Yusuf Tuga and Director of Defense and Media Operations Major General Edward Buba. And even recently, you also extended that invitation to those slave enablers within our land, to the upcoming Biafra Restoration Convention in Finland, starting from the 29th of November to the 3rd of December 2024. After their failed move to extradite you through the European Union and those shenanigans, the ones posting bounties on your head and those sending suicide bombers. So my question is this: what was the reason for the invitation of these terrorist Nigeria officials and their slave enablers from Biafra land? Thank you so much, man.
Thank you very much.
Mazi.
Okay. Raphael, let me answer this first before then you can make an announcement. Thank you very much for that question. Actually, I was about joining another thing before that question came, and I decided to sit back because it's an important one. So the reason is that I'm a statesman, and this freedom of Biafra is beyond anger and hatred of our oppressors. We are aspiring to becoming one of the best countries in the world, and we are going to be leading by example. So irrespective of what they have done to us, irrespective of how we hate them, we give them the opportunity to also come and ask questions to know, so that we are going to tell them what nobody has ever done or what nobody has ever told them in their face. So it's an opportunity for them to come and get delivered. And of course, because we are fighting to become an independent state, doesn't mean that everybody who have wronged us will continue to be our enemy. We are going to have bilateral agreements with these people, no matter how bad it sounds. We are not going to be an islander in that Sahel region. We must understand that as a statesman, we have to lead by example and not by malice, hatred for what they have done to us. At the same time, we will make sure that those who have wronged us, we will have a special place in our heart where we will keep how to revenge, if there is any word revenge, or if there is going to be any word revenge in our own book. But for now, we will extend our invitation to everybody, including Britain, if they want to come, we will extend. They are not the enemies we are fighting, is those who have subjugated us to this state where we are today, where we are now fighting for our survival. So let them come and listen to the reason we are doing what we are doing, because they could not provide enabling environment for us to do this in our homeland. Our homeland have been occupied, and that's why we are doing what we're doing today in exile. So they can come here and get delivered. And of course, it is also in accordance with international law, because everything we do today is in accordance with international law, so that nobody will say we did not invite them. We are inviting them. And so they can come and witness. They don't need to accept what we are doing. You know, we're not telling them to come. That they are coming means that they accepted what we're doing, or they are coming means that the approval of the Biafra declaration or the self-referendum. No, it doesn't mean that it is an express approval from them. They can even come there and give a speech to counter what we're doing. We'll give them the opportunity, because we want to show them how to practice a true democracy. So they can come. If they have a better argument to give to the world that will be listening from all over the world and watching, because many dignitaries will come to this convention, while those who will not make it will follow the convention through the Zoom. So if they believe they have more sensible argument upstairs to counter what we're doing, and more superior argument that is going to be more reasonable than what we're doing, then they should come. We'll give them the platform. That is democracy. But I know they cannot do that. Even when we're inviting them, they will be feeling so big. But that invitation has been recorded, that yes, Biafra government extended their invitation to Nigeria government and those those enablers who have subjugated us to this particular inhuman treatment for many decades without looking back. So that is the reason. And there are many reasons that I can continue to explain and explain and explain, but these are the major reasons to show and demonstrate that Biafra is bringing a true democracy to Africa. And we are not going to be leading our people with vengeance, malice, hatred for what they have done in the past. We will follow our new laws and new norms in accordance with international law and the most acceptable policies all over the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. That shows what Biafra is bringing to the table. Thank you so much for that. And my second question goes like this.